mesmo não sentindo o tremor, acontece muitos terremotos. No nosso anúncio, como se diz, anúncio rápido que avisa assim, emergência. Está acontecendo terremoto.
You can see these are pictures from the actual quake when it was happening.
Erupted with a magnitude of 8.8, which is the largest in Japan, and recording an intensity of 7 in the Japanese scale of 0 to 7.
No início eu pensava que duraria só 10, no máximo 10, 15 segundos por aí, mas desta vez não era. Não parou de tremer.
On Friday shook buildings and sent chunks of debris hurtling.
Here's a scene from Sendai, Japan, and how strong the earthquake was felt in one of our studios in Sendai. This is one of our NHK studios in Sendai, northern Japan. And this happened a few minutes ago. Right here, 9 has hit Japan. Meteorological Agency has issued a tsunami warning. Staff had to evacuate under their desks. Looks like a light has gone out. You're looking at footage right now, TV panels or the computer panels, just to keep things steady. But as you can see, it has knocked over desks, cabinets. The earthquake was... Oh my God. The cathedral just fell. Oh my.
What's going on YouTube? What's that? Cover here.
Do you hear that noise?
It's a major earthquake.
Dude, I am scared.
This is scary as hell.
I feel like the ground is going up and down.
Hey, Eduardo. Hola, hola, ¿qué tal?
Oh my God! Are you filming this?
Yeah.
This is Tokyo Survivors. ISS Tokyo Survivors. We made it. 211, we made it. Oh, man.
Land. Oh my God, looks like it's a fire! That is a fire, pretty far from school, but...
I'm going back to my shit!
Stop. Oh, what up?
Wait, man, I'm getting
Today's explosion in a nuclear plant in Fukushima doing just fine, sir. Let me ask you that first question.
The cooling has been reasonably straightforward. Because there's been, but with the first two units of the Fukushima Daiichi plant.
Let me repeat that. Japanese officials say radiation has been detected at the Fukushima #1 plant. They say they measured the level at 1015 microsievert. If people are exposed to this amount of radiation for an hour, it is equal to the amount people are normally exposed to in a year.
I think with all the earthquakes that have been in Japan, I don't think any of the basic reactor structures have ever been damaged. Although, of course, all the services around are liable to be damaged, as
Oh! It just blew up. Woo! Woo! This is crazy! And it blew up again. I don't know what's going on, but I'm staying out. It's wild. Look at the smoke though, it's crazy. Look at it. It happened again. Holy crap. I'm running. Do y'all see this?
About 2 hours and 2 hours and 30 minutes ago, a large earthquake, magnitude 8.4, hit northern Japan. It has led to fires, and that fire in an oil refinery completely under control, a large inferno, Chiba Prefecture, Ichihara area, oil refinery up in blaze. That blaze lighting up the whole area in yellow.
It's also being reported that the government is sending troops to the quake-hit area. And right now you are looking at live pictures of an oil refinery that's in Ichihara, Chiba Prefecture. And currently a tsunami hitting the northeast of the coast. Now the tsunami warning just and still they're having difficulty reaching quake-hit areas, although the government has said they will be sending troops to aid the people who are currently stuck in those areas.
So in theory, this is the kind of safety procedures that will avert any kind of event, any kind of nuclear event. But of course, one system can fail, and other systems can fail as well. So what happens? What the primary danger is that these reactors have shut down, so they're no longer generating electricity. But
Ja, wie ist dieser Tsunami eigentlich entstanden? Und
hier vor der japanischen Küste wird das Beben ausgelöst. Die pazifische und die asiatische Erdplatte schieben sich untereinander. Sie krachen auseinander. Immense Energien werden freigesetzt. Das Vielfache der Atomexplosionen von Hiroshima. Es entsteht eine gigantische Flutwelle. Sie baut sich vor der Küste auf, prallt gegen sie.
Matt, tell us about the situation for you when this magnitude 8.9 hit.
Well, it was absolutely unlike anything I've ever experienced before. I've been living here for 8 years now, and this was quite simply the biggest, longest-lasting earthquake I've ever experienced here.
And that's it, because Kyung-la, our reporter there, was saying that she thought it was 4 to 5 minutes. Was that your sense as well?
Yes, the ground was rolling for an extended period of time. I wasn't exactly sure what to do or where to go. I'd never been prepared for anything like this. My wife and I stood outside and basically held on to the outside of our house. You couldn't even stand up. I mean, literally at the peak of these waves that were washing over the ground, you literally could not stay on your feet. You had to kind of crouch down in a ball or put your back against something so you didn't fall. And that's exactly what we did for the length of the duration of it, which I would say was about probably a minute to 2 minutes. It felt like a lot longer than that, let me tell you.
Indeed. And are you saying that you live there, or that you're actually traveling there?
I actually live here. I've lived here for the last 8 years, and I live on the west side of the city in a little section of Tokyo called Kichijoji. And yes, there are earthquakes from time to time, but we have never, ever felt anything on the magnitude, the literal magnitude of what we experience today.
And that's exactly the story we hear. Now, Matt, as we are talking, we are looking at this extraordinary wave, another tsunami wave, moving toward the Japanese coast. And where are you located? Are you away from any threat of tsunami coming ashore?
Yes, we're very fortunate to be located quite far inland. Of course, there's some rivers and streams around here, but those aren't being affected by the tsunami. We're I would say a good 10 to 15 miles away from the coastline, so we don't have to really worry about that where we are. But with the footage that we're seeing, the video that we're seeing on the television screens is just, it's absolutely, it's heart-wrenching actually, because you know that probably a lot of those people did not have a chance to evacuate before the wave hit, even though they were telling people you need to get away from the shorelines, you need to get away from the water. Just watching this wave hit and cars and buildings and houses being swept away in it, I think we're going to see a significant number of casualties, especially up in the northern part of the country where the quake was epicentered.
And as you mentioned, you've been there for a number of years. I do have to apologise because someone was actually talking in my ear when you mentioned the number of years that you've been there. How long did you say you'd been there?
I've been here for 8 years. My wife is Japanese, and she's lived here most of her life. And I can tell you, this was something neither of us we were completely unprepared for this. It was a beautiful spring day. It was sunny outside. I had just come home from a little errand to the grocery store, and all of a sudden, bam! It just hit, and you could tell this was different instantly from other little tremors that we've had before. I mean, it just picked up in intensity. It ramped up. The gentle shaking, and things started coming off the shelves, things started falling off our desks, and you could hear this strange, eerie creaking sound of all of the buildings all around us as they were kind of shaken by this, by the tremor of the ground. And it was something I hope I never have to hear again, but unfortunately we keep getting aftershocks. We've had 3 or 4 so far, and there's probably going to be other ones as well.
And the reality is, I mean, living in Japan, this is something that you're very used to. But as you say, and of course, as people who've lived there all their lives, they know when this is different, and this felt very different.
It absolutely did. I think this is going to be a tremor to remember, so to speak, and I think people are going to be talking about this for a long time to come, because really, Tokyo hasn't seen anything like this in decades.
大きな津波が迫っています。まもなく捉えました。大きな津波が2波、3波に。 確認してできますでしょうか。大きな津波が、何波にも分けて迫っております。白波を立てて、砂浜へ向けて押し寄せているのが確認できます。1、2、3、3波、4波、それ以上に大きく何度も押し寄せています。こちらは撮影機です。
海面が渦を巻いているのが分かります。それでは東京大学地震研究所の辻准教授に話を聞きます。辻さん、これ現在のですね、茨城県の大洗町の海の様子なんですけれども、大きな渦を巻いていますね。
これは堤防の端から非常に強い流れが入ってきて、で中の方は止まっているもんですから、この間で大きな渦が形成され、流れに任せるしかないということなんですが、起き出し。
com alguns abalos assim, mas nunca.
Queste vero que ia acontecer o grande terremoto grande como esse, né? Somente pelo menos pensei que anúncio de simulacro, mas não era.
Schon seit längerer Zeit auf Hilfe. Oft sind die Rettungsmaßnahmen nur aus der Luft möglich. Noch immer ist unklar, wie viele Menschen wirklich durch das Beben und seine Folgen ums Leben gekommen sind. Fest steht nur, es werden Tausende sein.
New video said to be from inside the terminal shows frightened passengers watching the waves wash away a parking lot full of cars.
Let's take a look at the situation at Sendai Airport. Now, Sendai is a city of about 1 million or so people. It's being described as almost the epicenter of the quake-hit zone, although we are hearing more and more stories of some of the smaller towns further north being absolutely devastated. That's the scene shooting through the passenger terminal out onto the airport. I mean, just look at the damage, look at the torrent of water flowing across that. That is a runway you're looking at there, Randy.
And if you think about this is what, about 80 miles or so northeast of Tokyo, and they felt it in Tokyo. But here they're getting they had the earthquake and of course the water as well. The airport was turned into an island, really. If you take a look at this, look at that again. The water pushing whatever it picked up in its path. Do you see that airplane right there? Actually, a couple of airplanes there in the front of your screen just went by. They picked up airplanes, cars, debris. And people there, it's amazing that they stuck around, even with the warnings, as we said, took the video, but then also stood there to watch this roll through from higher ground, as we just saw. But that had to be so powerful, of course, to be able to push airplanes and cars and whatever else was in its path.
まだ注意が必要です。だから第1波がちょっと引きかけたところも、まだまだこれから1時間後、2時間後もあり得るわけですね。おそらく1日近く海面は動揺していると思いますので、それを考えていただきたいのと、くれぐれも高いところに逃げていただく。それから非常に大きな地震ですので、あっちこっちで余震が、先ほど言いましたその宮城県あるいは岩手県の沖から茨城県
この映像は今日の午後3時39分頃に撮影された津波の映像、南相馬市の津波の映像です。津波がかなりのスピード、岸壁に今打ち付けられて、そしてかなりのスピードでこちらに押し寄せてきます。海岸に
北海道から静岡県にかけての太平洋沿岸と青森県日本海沿岸、和歌山県、徳島県の沿岸、それに伊豆諸島と小笠原諸島に大津波警報を出しています。東京湾から沖縄県にかけての太平洋沿岸と東シナ海の沿岸、北海道日本海沿岸南部、それに青森県の陸奥湾に津波警報を発表しています。予想される津波の高さは
And now going back to the Sendai Island, just to remind you, a large tsunami is sweeping through northeastern Japan.
It's been less than 48 hours since the 8.9 magnitude quake.
As of 7 p.m., the full extent of the damage is still not known.
This is Hachinohe City at 4:30 p.m. and we can observe the tsunami hitting the port.
Das ganze Ausmaß des Erdbebens und der Tsunamiwelle kann noch gar nicht abgeschätzt werden. In einer kleinen Provinzstadt werden noch immer Tausende vermisst. Bei diesen Bildern, bei diesen gewaltigen Wassermassen, die durch die Städte fließen, ist diese gewaltige Zerstörung nicht verwunderlich. Es wäre natürlich verheerend, wenn eine neue Flutwelle käme, genau in dem Augenblick, in dem die Rettungsmaßnahmen laufen und die Retter im betroffenen Gebiet sind.
Nós estávamos no Shinkansen, né, no trem-bala, e quando nós fomos surpreendidos pelo balanço do trem, né, coisa incrível, né, que parecia que a gente estava num carrinho de caixa de fósforo, né, de tão que balançava.
E nós não temos nenhuma informação de vítimas entre brasileiros.
もう船も越えるかもしれません。あ、車が堤防を越えました今。船も堤防を越えるかもしれない。 は信じられません。もう建物の1階は完全に水の下になってました。
これみたいなだけでも。早速避難している人がいたので、その方たちの撮影に向かいながら一緒に、避難道路に、
避難して山の方に高台に上がっていく道路があるわけですね、そしてこれ津波が襲ったのは大体揺れてから何分後ぐらいですか
？30分はかかっていない
30分かかっていない、大体3時10分前後なんでしょうか、この雪崩、海水がこう街を飲み込むように入ってきましたけれども、この時の感じというのはどういう感じなんでしょうか？
ものすごい、音と、そしてご覧のように土煙というか上がりましてですね、中には車の中に取り残されたまま流された、人たちの姿も確認できました。
ああ、そうですか、ほとんどこれを見ていますと木造の家屋はもうひとたまりもなく、そして鉄筋の建物だけが残っている。避難している子どもたち、泣いてますね。
そうですか、
この高台を避難して、その高台からその街が飲まれていく様子を見ながら、もう涙ぐんで皆さんそれをご覧になっていますね。この波というのはこの後はもうしばらくずっと水浸しの状態になっていくわけですか？
そうですね、釜石駅前では腰のあたりまで、
腰のあたり、
しばらく浸水していました。
街がまさに津波に飲み込まれていく様子、柳田記者もこれレポートしていますけれども、これ高さでいうと建物の何階ぐらいまで来てますか、この段階で。
テレビ朝の釜石報道部があるのがビルの2階にありまして、でもう窓ガラスが割れて、室内に水が侵入してもうダメになっている、3階以降は、水は来ましたけどガラスは割れてない状況で。
じゃあ2階の上ぐらいまでということですから、普通の感覚で計算すると4、5メートルというところでしょうかね。これビルの屋上に避難している方もいますね。
中には一夜を、ビルの屋上で過ごして今朝救出された方もいらっしゃいます。
もう降りようにも降りられなくなった方ですね。この高台に上がった方というのはこの後、決められた避難所の方に行かれたんでしょうか？
そうですね、この避難道路なんですけれども、釜石市役所の方につながる
釜石の市内がすごい土煙に覆われています。7時23分、釜石の浜町付近です。港の水門を越えて今水が釜石市内に流れ込んできています。釜石の市内の浜町は水浸しになっています。車を離されています。ものすごいパワーだ。 しい光景です。全てのものを飲み込みながら津波が押し寄せています。また地震だ。なんという光景でしょう。先ほどまで街並みだったところが海になってしまっています。
zu 1 Kilometer ins Landesinnere schiebt.
A giant wall of water leveling the town. Residents had 11 minutes to reach higher ground after warning sirens sounded.
With more cameras on the ground, we are now getting our closest look yet at the extent of the damage. It is simply overwhelming. In hard-hit Sendai, a city of 1 million people, police say they found as many as 300 bodies washed up on the still raging out of control, left nothing but misery behind. This woman said, "We tried to escape by car, but were caught in the waves and were washed away here." Rescue workers are still hoping to save those trapped in the rubble, and the Japanese government is sending at least 50,000 troops to help. But they can't reach some of the most heavily damaged areas. People are desperate for basic necessities. Unleashed a 23-foot-high wall of water. It erased the ground below, rushing nearly 6 miles inland. Anything in its path was forced to move.
Is following an earthquake thought to have been.
Do Brasil que nós com os quais nós nos comunicamos de Nagoya, Hamamatsu e Tóquio não tem registro de vítimas brasileiras, não foram procurados por.
Japan droht eine atomare Katastrophe. In einem dritten Atomkraftwerk, nämlich in dem in Tokai, ist das Kühlsystem zum Teil ausgefallen. Auch in den anderen beiden Atommeilern.
Bilder der Zerstörung, Bilder der Verwüstung. Von vielen Orten ist kaum etwas übrig geblieben. Sie sind von den Wassermassen ausradiert. Jetzt geht es darum, die Menschen zu retten. Niemand wagt eine Prognose über die genaue Anzahl der Opfer. Millionen Haushalte sind ohne Strom und ohne Wasser. An Tankstellen bilden sich lange Schlangen. In Supermärkten kommt es zu Hamsterkäufen. Die Regale sind leer. Trotzdem verhalten sich die Japaner relativ besonnen.
Es gibt keine Panik, obwohl
and spreads as far as the eye can see. Whole towns gone. In their place, mounds of wreckage.
Noch immer ist unklar, wie viele Menschen wirklich ums Leben gekommen sind. Fest steht nur, es werden Tausende sein.
Ein 400-mal erhöhter Wert gemessen. Vermutlich die Radioaktivität, die in Fukushima entwichen ist. Viele Menschen haben Angst, bereits verstrahlt zu sein. Nach den schweren Schäden an den Atompässe in der Stromversorgung. Die Stromkonzerne planen deshalb jetzt die Energie.
Nach dem verheerenden Erdbeben und der Tsunami wird.
Suddenly, there was activity on the roof. Someone shouts, "There is still another person to help." The person was rescued safely 10 minutes later.
Nur aus der Luft ist das ganze Ausmaß der Katastrophe zu erkennen. Ministerpräsident Naoto Kan macht sich ein Bild von dem, was das Erdbeben und der Tsunami schafft. Mit unvorstellbarer Kraft hat der Tsunami hier gewütet. Niemand weiß, wie viele Tote unter
Tsunami によって被害を受けています。津波があった時にこの中から出ようと飛行機が先ほどの飛行機とはまた別の飛行機ですね。頭の方がその施設の方に突き刺さるような状況になっています。建物の
Ein ganzer Eisenbahnzug wurde gestern noch vermisst. Heute ist klar, die Wassermassen haben ihn wie eine Spielzeugeisenbahn übers Land geschleudert. Viele Gleise im Land sind völlig zerstört. Pausenlos sind die Rettungskräfte im Einsatz.
The aftermath, the hunt for survivors continued, with many of the homeless still searching for their loved ones.
Reports from independent television news.
Will tell you that this is the town of Rikusentakata. Your eyes will tell you something very different. Because Rikusentakata, home just 72 hours ago to almost 30,000 people, has been wiped from the face of the earth. The tsunami came, destroyed everything in its path, and then took much of what it had destroyed back out to sea. The rest it left heaped and splintered. Almost nothing built by man was spared. They have long since given up searching for survivors here. Finding the dead and preventing the spread of disease is all they're concerned with now. Minami Sanriku was one of the first to be reached, but perhaps the hardest hit of all, the town where 10,000 are still unaccounted for. They have now found 1,000 bodies here, ambulances making regular trips in and out today to collect them. Another 1,000 have been recovered from the shoreline nearby.
Tsunami, tsunami, tsunami.
The port of Kisinuma this afternoon. The cries of distant crows, the loudest noise that you can hear. The town's giant tuna fishing fleet stranded where the ebbing tsunami had left them, all over this town. People are coming back here. They can't quite take it in.
From the dock street where the cano was nailed.